We all know the story. David, a young shepherd, faces Goliath, a mighty giant. It's a classic underdog story. Goliath is huge, intimidating, and armed to the teeth. David, on the other hand, is just a boy, armed with only a sling and stones. No one gives David a chance. Everyone thinks he's crazy for even trying, but David has a secret weapon, his unwavering faith in God. Even as a young boy, David showed incredible bravery and faith. He wasn't afraid to face lions and bears to protect his sheep. He knew God was with him. He trusted God completely. This faith gave him a strength that went beyond his physical abilities. David's faith wasn't just something he talked about, it was something he lived. He spent hours in prayer and meditation, nurturing his relationship with God. This connection gave him an inner peace and confidence that would prove invaluable when facing Goliath. Goliath was a terrifying sight. He stood over 9 feet tall and carried weapons that could crush a man with a single blow. For 40 days he mocked the Israelites, challenging them to a fight. His booming voice echoed across the valley, striking fear into the hearts of the bravest soldiers. They trembled at the thought of facing him. Saul, the king of Israel, was a head taller than any other man in Israel, but even he was intimidated by Goliath's sheer size and strength. The entire army was paralyzed with fear. When David heard Goliath's taunts, he was angry, not at Goliath, but at the fear Goliath was instilling in the hearts of God's people. David knew that God was bigger than any giant. He believed that with God on his side, he could overcome any obstacle. David volunteered to fight Goliath. He refused the king's offer of armor, choosing instead to go into battle with his shepherd's staff, a sling, and 5 smooth stones. He knew that his true strength came from God, not from weapons or armor. Section 5. Faith in action. More than just words. Faith is a powerful force, one that transcends mere words and manifests in our actions. It is not enough to simply profess belief. True faith requires us to live out our convictions in tangible ways. David's faith wasn't passive, it was active. He didn't just pray and wait for things to happen. His prayers were filled with purpose and intention, a reflection of his deep trust in God. He understood that faith without works is dead, and so he combined his prayers with decisive actions. He didn't just sit back and hope for the best. David prepared himself, both spiritually and physically, for the challenges ahead. He trained, he strategized, and he sought God's guidance every step of the way. His preparation was a testament to his belief that God helps those who help themselves. He stepped forward, trusting that God would guide his steps. Each step David took towards Goliath was a step of faith, a declaration that he believed in God's promises. He didn't waver or hesitate because he knew that his strength came from a higher power. David's courage wasn't about being fearless. It was about facing his fear head-on, armed with the belief that God was with him. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the determination to act in spite of it. David's heart pounded with fear, but his faith was stronger. This active faith, this willingness to act even in the face of fear, is what set David apart. He didn't wait for the perfect moment or for his fear to disappear. He moved forward knowing that God was his shield and his strength. His actions spoke volumes about his unwavering belief. When David defeated Goliath, it wasn't just a victory for him, it was a testament to the power of faith in action. His triumph inspired others to believe that with God all things are possible. He didn't just talk about faith, he lived it. David's life was a living sermon, a powerful example of what it means to walk by faith and not by sight. He showed that true faith is demonstrated through our actions, through the way we live our lives and the choices we make. This is the kind of faith that moves mountains, the kind of faith that slays giants. It's the faith that empowers us to overcome the seemingly insurmountable challenges in our lives. Just as David faced Goliath with unwavering faith, we too can face our own giants, knowing that with God, nothing is impossible. Section 6. Modern-day Goliaths, challenges we face. In our fast-paced, ever-evolving world, we are constantly bombarded with challenges that test our resilience and strength. These challenges, or modern-day Goliaths, come in many forms and can often feel overwhelming. We all face giants in our lives. These giants are not always physical beings, but rather the metaphorical obstacles that stand in our way. They can be the worries that keep us up at night, the fears that paralyze us, or the doubts that cloud our judgment. They might not be literal giants, but they are challenges that seem insurmountable, obstacles that leave us feeling small and powerless. Imagine standing at the base of a towering mountain, looking up at its peak, feeling the weight of the climb ahead, or standing before a massive building, feeling dwarfed by its sheer size. These images capture the essence of the giants we face in our daily lives. These giants come in various forms: illness, job loss, relationship problems, financial struggles, self-doubt, fear of failure. Each of these challenges can feel like a heavy burden pressing down on us, making it hard to see a way forward. The person in the hospital bed battling illness, the individual crying over mounting bills, the couple arguing over unresolved issues, the student stressed with the weight of their studies, and the person sitting alone in a dark room, consumed by their thoughts. These are all faces of the giants we encounter. Each one of us has our own personal giants to face. No matter who we are or where we come from, we all have our battles. But it's important to remember that we are not alone in this fight. We share a common human experience, and in that shared experience we can find strength and solidarity. The key is to remember David's example. In the biblical story, David, a young shepherd, faced the giant Goliath with nothing but a slingshot and his unwavering faith. Despite the odds, he triumphed because he believed in a power greater than himself. This story serves as a powerful reminder that no matter how big our giants may seem, we have the strength within us to overcome them. Just as David faced Goliath with courage and faith, we too can face our giants with the same unwavering belief in God's power to help us overcome. When we pray, seek guidance, and hold on to hope, we tap into a source of strength that can carry us through even the toughest of times. And when we extend a helping hand to others, we not only lift them up, but also reinforce our own resilience. Together, with faith, courage, and community, we can conquer any giant that comes our way. Section 7. Finding strength in faith, like David, like us. David's story teaches us that true strength comes from within, from our faith in God. David, a young shepherd, faced the giant Goliath with nothing but a sling and his unwavering belief. This story is not just a tale from ancient times, it is a timeless lesson for all of us. From our faith in God, we draw a strength that is not visible but deeply felt. It is this faith that can move mountains and help us overcome the most daunting challenges. When we gather in places of worship, lifting our hands in prayer, we are not just performing rituals, we are connecting with a higher power that fuels our spirit. When we believe in something bigger than ourselves, we find a purpose that transcends our individual lives. This belief unites us, making us stronger as a community. Just as a mountain stands tall and unyielding, our collective faith can withstand any storm. We tap into an inexhaustible source of power and resilience. This power is like sunlight breaking through the clouds, illuminating our path and giving us the courage to move forward. It inspires us to face our challenges with determination and hope. We may feel small and insignificant in the face of life's challenges, much like David must have felt before Goliath. But it is in these moments of vulnerability that our true strength is revealed. The vast landscape of life can be overwhelming, but it also offers endless possibilities for growth and achievement. But remember, God sees our potential even when we don't. He believes in us, and that belief can empower us to achieve things we never thought possible. When we clasp our hands in prayer, we are not just seeking help. We are acknowledging our potential and the divine support that is always with us. And that belief can empower us to achieve things we never thought possible. Just as David triumphed over Goliath, we too can overcome our giants. The joy of achieving a goal, the triumph of raising our arms in victory, is a testament to the power of faith and determination. Just as David found strength in his relationship with God, we too can draw strength from prayer, meditation, and connecting with our faith. These practices are not just ancient traditions, they are powerful tools that can help us navigate the complexities of modern life. We too can draw strength from prayer, meditation, and connecting with our faith. In moments of quiet reflection, whether alone or in a group, we find clarity and peace. These moments are like anchors that keep us grounded amidst the chaos of life and connecting with our faith. These practices can provide comfort, guidance, and the courage to keep going even when things get tough. When we clasp our hands in prayer or sit in silent meditation, we are not just seeking answers, we are finding the strength to face whatever comes our way. These practices can provide comfort, guidance, and the courage to keep going even when things get tough. Reading sacred texts, meditating, and praying are ways to connect with the divine and draw strength from it. The serene face of someone in meditation reflects the inner peace that comes from such practices and the courage to keep going even when things get tough. Life is full of obstacles, but with faith, we can overcome them. The determined face of someone in prayer is a powerful image of resilience and hope. Like David, we can face our giants and emerge victorious, strengthened by our faith and the belief that we are never alone. Section 8. The Power of Belief, Unlocking Inner Courage. David's story is a powerful reminder that belief is a force to be reckoned with. It can move mountains, part seas, and yes, even slay giants. When we believe in ourselves, when we believe in a power greater than ourselves, we unlock a wellspring of courage and resilience that we never knew we had. Doubt and fear may try to creep in, but we must hold on to our faith just as David did. We must remember that with God all things are possible.